welcome to American Baker in Germany, where the ingredients are German and the baker is American. I'm Michelle, and today we are decorating some Christmas cookies. Now, I know this isn't something that I normally do, and it's not necessarily my forte, but I'm not terrible at it either. But I actually made these last year, so this footage is a year old, and I just wanted to show you what I had done, and just to give you maybe some ideas on what you could do. And you can get a couple of tips from me in order to decorate them, because I was terrible at this when I was a child. So here's my best tips. Let's get started.
Tip 1. Don't move your cookie cutouts before they're baked. When you roll out your dough, roll it out on parchment paper. Cut out your shapes. Then, instead of trying to move the dough before it's baked, remove the space between the shapes and pick up the whole piece of parchment paper onto a baking tray to bake them. This will keep the shapes from distorting. Tip 2. Use royal icing instead of buttercream. Royal icing hardens and buttercream doesn't. Enough said. Tip 3. Keep icing in piping bags for more control. Trying to scrape frosting on with a knife almost never looks good. I also only made 4 colors of frosting: dark green, red, white, and light brown. I'm starting with a tree. I outline it with dark green and fill in the middle. I add some highlights in white and dots in red while it's still wet, and I set it aside to dry. Now, snowmen have to be done in 2 sessions. So first of all, pipe the head and lower ball of white. I also add some eyes and buttons with dark green and allow it to crust for about 20 to 30 minutes. The first house I'm making red. I fill in the red. Then I add a line of white on top, like a snow-covered rooftop. Then I pull icicles down. I also add snow on top of the door and windows. And I add a wreath above the door with snow on it, and I set it aside to dry. Then I made another house completely differently. I made the main part of the house green, and the chimney red, and the roof white. And I made the windows and door with white highlights. I made another tree kind of similar to the first. The poinsettias are made by first piping every other petal and allowing it to crust for 20 to 30 minutes. The Santa heads are also done in 2. I piped some light brown in the eye area, and I piped the red part of his hat without touching the face. I did add some squinty eyes and set it aside to crust. I did another snowman first step. Then I switched it out with the other snowman and added the middle white ball and piped on his hat. I added a red scarf and a nose. Then I began another Santa face. And I piped a snowflake on a poinsettia cookie. I filled in a reindeer cookie with light brown. I continued a poinsettia cookie by adding the missing petals and a few dots in the middle to be the middle of the flower. I continued a Santa cookie by piping on the white on the hat and beard. And here are my Christmas cookies. There are lots and lots of ways to make Christmas cookies. I could do another video on the same shaped cookies and frost them completely differently. But I hope my cookies give you some ideas on what you could do. Merry Christmas! For more cakes and tutorials, visit our website at AmericanBakerInGermany.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Subscribe for more tutorials.